Hey, welcome to the You Good Girl podcast. I'm your co-host, Mika-Taché St. Fleur of Saint Management.
And I am Susan Jensen of Susan Jensen Marketing, and we're happy to be here with you.
So you good, girl?
Whew. Yes, actually, yes. It's been summer, it's been crazy, it's been busy, but I know you've been up to a lot of things.
Oh,
And
yes, for sure.
too many things, maybe?
Probably, probably. We're going to definitely get to that.
I say that as a friend.
Yes, I know. And this is one of the reasons that we do this podcast is accountability. It's our check-ins, like we've mentioned many times before that we do this to check in with ourselves and our businesses. I know you have Susan Jensen Marketing, and I have Saint Management, and we are all in. We're all in.
We are all in. And it's funny because it's been, for me, a year and a half that I've been in business. And for you, it's almost like two different businesses. It was when you were doing a side hustle and now you're doing your own thing. But it's just like there's different leveling up things that I feel where all of a sudden you find out, okay, I think I know what lane I'm in and what I'm comfortable doing. And then it's just a matter of taking it to the next level. But it's exhausting because there are shiny things out there. Are there not?
Yeah, very, very shiny things. Something I definitely wanted to talk about is all the things that's kind of been going on with me this month and what I noticed. And I immediately, when you can put a name to something that you're going through, I realized I have been distracted by a bunch of side quests. As I grow my brand and my business, I see a lot of like influencers and experts, and especially I'm using Claude and a lot of AI tools, and I hear this cool new prompt. And I've been like on side quests doing things that I feel like are totally for the business and going to help it grow. But I must admit, like I've been getting a little off track. I haven't even been using Notion.
You put a lot of sweat and tears into Notion.
I did put a lot of sweat and tears into it, and as much as I adore it, I was like, it's my accountability, and I haven't been accountable. But I say that to say I've also discovered some new things about my brand and my business, and I think at the end of the day, I'm still growing the structure and the operational piece. The part that's not really so fun.
The less sexy parts.
It's definitely not sexy, but it's definitely. I'm hoping. My hopes are that I am putting in the sweat equity to grow the brand.
But and I say this with love, but last month we were talking about the focus on one thing, do one thing, and then you can blah blah blah. Now what you're talking about is a little bit more the flip side of that, where there's do one thing, whereas I offer one service, I get really good at it, I add to it, but then there's the internal or behind the scenes where but keep in mind when you're seeing really cool things that other people are doing, you're seeing it because they perfected it and they put it on social media and you're like, oh, I should do that too. Everybody has it's like the duck that's going across the pond and it looks really smooth on the top, but then down underneath the little feet are going like crazy.
Yeah, that's so funny. I mean, I completely left here and did everything opposite. Like
I said, I say this with love.
I'm not gonna lie. I cannot tell a lie. I left, and so I mean, let's talk about the month, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go through all the operational things that I implemented, but I definitely had some big ideas, and one of them I had actually been working on in the background, so I didn't feel bad about launching this, but I launched Mika-Taché.com, which I needed a personal brand place to land,
an outlet, if you will.
Outlet. Because look, I'm a multifaceted girly. I have a lot of interests. I do a lot of things. People ask me about a lot, and then they kind of get confused, like, what does that have to do with Saint Management? And I'm like, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with it.
But it's a part of who you are, which shapes everything else.
Absolutely.
So it's all connected.
And I mean, to be honest, I actually owned that domain for maybe 8 years. Like, I've owned it for a long time.
Are you one of those people that gets an idea and gets a domain and then decides whether or not they're going to do anything with it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got like a couple of them I'm thinking about right now.
I feel better.
Well, no, so I'll say this. Someone told me a long time ago to own your name.
Yeah.
So I have a few versions of how to spell my name out there, but I knew I wanted to do something with that at one point, and I said this is the time, because as much as I want people to know Saint Management, the creative agency, I will also want people to understand. I mean, they don't have to, but they can.
Yeah.
If you have an interest to know who I am, and I have an ecosystem I think I've created and curated, and now honestly, it's for me. It's like a personal space that I can live with, and it's where the podcast, the things in the podcast kind of lives with me, because that's not really where Saint Management is, and there's just different areas of myself. And
well, that's kind of like the reason I have an Instagram account for dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, I only have one dog
Gucci
now.
Has an account.
Yeah, I know our dogs follow each other.
Oh, okay. See.
But that's because I didn't want to flood any business thing with, unless, that didn't make sense. But another thing I'll bring up is all of a sudden we find ourselves as solopreneurs managing multiple brands. Yeah. And 3 to me is my limit. I can't do more than 3.
I'm not gonna lie. I have been back and forth about whether or not. So I have my personal Instagram account. That's for my son, my dog, my family. I don't. It's private, because I just leave it private. I don't think everyone needs to know all the things. What I put out there is what I put out there. But I have Saint Management, the company, and then of course for clients I manage. I can. I honestly, actually, I think something happened. I got capped because I have so many accounts. But I decided to and then I thought to myself, I'm a marketer. There's accounts I don't have. Like I don't have a TikTok necessarily. Don't judge me. But there's so many platforms out there. I was like, maybe I should curate another
Even
space.
I have a TikTok, girl. Okay,
I have a TikTok, and I use it if someone sends me something funny, and I'll I'm not active.
Your user 2579.
Oh yeah, I'm user 832 Mika.
But it's like, so for me, like I don't, when it comes to social media, I'm not real strong on social media because the work that I'm doing isn't really coming from there. And me and my data analytics, I don't get, if anything, it might reinforce a brand element, but it's not where I'm getting traffic from. I'm getting it from sending out emails, from the website, from, other areas. But I
think it's FOMO for me. Like, I have it, but it's not really.
It's a little pick me. You gotta just be real.
And that's fine.
But I get ideas from that. But you're right. When you see the idea, by the time it's made it to Instagram, it's already but it's already thought through, and the operational, all the ugly behind the scene was done. So that, but you see the idea, and like, oh, that's a cool idea, and it may or may not apply to what you're trying to do, but it does turn into a side quest. I get that.
So what about you? What do you think about launching, or entrepreneurs or business owners having a personal brand, or like kind of honing their name in their space? What do you think of that?
I think it's important. I will tell you, I always had SusanJensen.com. Actually, I used to have my married name on the end of it. Pro tip, if you're ever getting divorced, just redirect it to the new domain, because I had an SEO hit that I don't even want to talk about.
Oh man!
But
that's fun. We might need a cocktail for that.
I know, like it happens. But yes, you have. So I could have used that for many things. I didn't. I ended up using it for my business one because, and I think I've talked through this story before where I couldn't come up with a better name. But when you are a solopreneur, you are the brand, and whether it's intentional or not intentional, you kind of need a place to kind of show who you are. Yeah. And so for me, I'm managing, Susan Jensen Marketing. I'm managing Your Home Only Better, lightly. And then we have the podcast. And I actually have another idea that I want to do that's a little bit related to this podcast, but that's been in the back of my mind. And I have my limit of 3. So, because, I call it the try brand, because anything more than that, you're going to lose focus on any one thing you're doing.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's kind of like, you could either, it's kind of like having an online therapist in a way, where you have a place where you can kind of really represent who you are. But it's like the purpose behind it. So the purpose is often because you want people to understand more about who you are, but also there's facets of your life that might help somebody else that you're not even aware of. And that's kind of a purpose-driven current underneath it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, it's been therapeutic. It's been very well received, of having this brand. And it's not just my website. I also launched, and I don't feel bad because this is all in the pipeline, but I launched Dear Mika. It's a Substack. It's love letters to myself, and it really is to all the Black girls out there. Kind of in a corporate space is kind of where I'm like kind of saying a lot of the feelings and things that I've gone through. I named it for all the Mikas. People have misspelled my name a million different ways, and it's kind of quirky in that sense where some of the corporate trauma I've gone through as a Black woman, being able to share that. And honestly, that's St. Management's not for that.
No, but you've got a purpose underneath it. It's not like you're just saying, "Oh, here's what's in my brain." Boom, you have it's purpose driven. You know,
absolutely. And what I found too, especially in doing the podcast, is like people have never really heard me speak outside of like if you didn't work with me or so maybe.
I hear you talk all the time.
I mean, but people like, oh, she's maybe she's quirky or she's funny or she's and I think as a marketer, a lot of times people, you just be surprised. I think now if I was an accountant, I don't think anyone truly would care, just are the numbers good, but I think in a marketing space, if you saying you're running a creative agency, they want to see a little bit of your personality outside of like,
well, even if it's not a creative space, it's because I'm more in the strategy world, which I get excited about, but you want to be able to show who you are as a person, because if someone's going to hire me to help them with their brand foundation, strategy, roadmaps, all of that thing, they want to know that I'm somebody that they could relate to and that they trust. So I think it's important to do that. And I'm going to call us both out here. There's more to our life than work.
For sure.
Right. So, so when we talk about like side quests that can derail you, it could be like shiny ideas that you find from somebody else. It could be adulting things that have to happen. Like I found myself spending a day at the DMV because I forgot to renew my registrations. Things like that happen. But then there's also forgetting what has made you you. And a good example is it looked spontaneously, but I went out and bought a piano last week.
She called and was like, "Hey, I got a piano," and I'm like, "What?" Like, first of all, I never did. I was like, my first question was like, "Can you play it?"
I can play Rocket Man.
Hey,
it's my bar trick. But I hadn't played in a while. I always had a piano, and it was just a great outlet for me, and I loved it. And I had lost a piano in a flood, and long story, ended up getting another keyboard later on, and then my daughter stole it. Hi, Emma. She hasn't given it back. So I thought, you know what? I should have a hobby besides work. I love work so much that what I'm doing that I don't think of it as work. So you find yourself doing it all the time. So anyway, I bought a piano.
Well, I mean, even piggybacking it back to work, and we kind of talked about this. If you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. So a lot of times, even in my side quest, I'm just excited to learn a new way to do something easier, better, or take it off my plate. So I get down the rabbit hole a little bit in my side quest, but it's all with good intention.
Well, plus I think being in the marketing space, when you start going down a rabbit hole, there's a part of you is like, wow, I might be able to use this for my business, or this might help one of my clients,
or just help you. Like,
I just want to know.
I mean, I called you and I was like, hey, I just implemented this dashboard. I was like, I can't wait to show you this. Like you want to be able to like help our friends in this space. Even like I said, a lot of people reached out to me. It was very well received in Mika-Taché.com, and I got a lot of phone calls like, "Hey Mika, what are you doing? Like, how are you doing this?
you good girl?"
Yeah, you good girl. And I sent quite a few friends some prompts for AI to help them kind of figure out this space in their life. Yeah, because I realized. So one thing I wrote in Dear Mika was, time is my most creative asset. Yeah. And being able to take the time to, I realized like side quests are a privilege.
Yes.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to take the time out of my day. I have slow mornings. I realize how much I value sitting on the back porch with coffee, looking at the trees, and just kind of like that's a luxury. And it's allowed me to have the time to take these side quests, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember my days working in wireless,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
all these. I was so frustrated because I had all
Yeah.
these ideas
And no
just sitting
place for them
around.
to go.
I was like, okay,
No
I'm on my
outlet.
phone. Like, let me write this down for later. Let me
Yeah.
write. It was never a later.
Okay, so everybody check your notes app. What's going on in there? Is
No,
there...
good point. Like, organize those thoughts and try to find that moment for yourself.
Yeah.
So side quests, yeah, you're right. They don't have to be for work,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very important to kind of
Mm-hmm.
take some time and be able to like hone out your thoughts and ideas. It's been very therapeutic. Even I don't call myself you say you journal every morning.
Oh,
like
every
you start
morning.
your day journaling.
Yeah.
And I always thought I want to be that person. I want to be that.
You can. I'll get you a journal for Christmas.
I have a ton of them. I collect them. I buy them at Marshall's.
No, I just get a calendar like with a big chunk. So I literally, it's like one of those 8.5 by 11. And then I just go in and I just write whatever I have room to write, whatever I'm thinking. And it does, there's no rhyme or reason. It's not like I have to answer, I try to do the start with intention, end of the day in gratitude, all those great things. But at the end of the day, if I'm on fire about something, I'm just going to write about it. Boom, 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 boom. It doesn't matter. So then at the end of the year, I go back and I reread them because, again, we talked about this before. I know that person who wrote those early in the year, but that person doesn't know who I became by the end of the year. And then you see that journey, and then it gives you an idea of like a word of the year for the next year, and helps you in goal setting. And
I like that. It doesn't feel heavy to have like just a calendar and a little box. Yeah. So that does sound good.
Yeah, it takes like 2 minutes, literally.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, journaling, I don't know. It feels so grown up.
I'm grown, baby.
I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. But I think that's what Dear Mika has turned into. Mm-hmm. It's funny because my mom, she was like, when is that coming out again? Like, she was like,
your mom reads your,
I know. And I realized it's because it's so, it's questions like she's maybe never asked me. She's really like kind of digging into like what I'm feeling. And I realized, the last one I was like, people are reading. This is my thoughts.
Careful what you say, girl.
Yeah. So it's been fun. But like I said, launching a personal brand and just having like those side quests and being able to like talk through that. Which another part of that is also, I was sharing that I was listening to a YouTube interview with Brandon of Content to Commas. He interviewed, I believe, the president of LinkedIn, and he talked about like niche areas of the internet. Like there's a place on the internet for everybody. Yeah. So one of my side quests has been trying to like figure out to put a name to me, and that's been super difficult because.
Well, you're a complicated person, and it's not easy to be one thing. Yeah. As much as we talked last month about one thing, it's kind of funny. The journey. Yeah, we're back. We might do this again and go back to talking about. Well, we'll check in next month. I'll be asking her the same question again. Who are you this month?
Yeah. But like, I do think that they're like. I think yours is in that strategy space and that analytics space. It's not everything that you are, but I'm telling you like more in a professional sense.
I also play Rocket Man, so I'm very complex.
Yeah. So there's a corner of the internet, of LinkedIn at least for you, and people play Rocket Man and love numbers,
Yeah, I mean it's
it's I think that's a journey. I think maybe by the end of the year we can revisit this and say, what have you learned? Like, is there a niche space that you think you really want to be in? Yeah. Or you feel comfortable?
Well, and a niche could be, it's not just an industry. It could be like, I started out thinking, well, maybe I'll focus on one industry. And then I thought, you know what? My mind goes more this way than that way, more broad, or I forget, some people aren't seeing video for this, sideways versus up and down. And so I like to, I don't know. So my focus, I've niched more in reeling in everything that I want to focus on, which is like, the strategy foundation, the marketing roadmaps, the, fractional CMO, and again, not to bring in analytics again, but I can't help myself. One of the smartest things you can do is go look at your Google console, take a look at all your keywords that you're being searched for, throw them into ChatGPT and say, what am I about? And because people are asking longer term queries, what topic ideas do you have that I could, in fact, I categorize the different things because there's so many, it's all over the place. I categorize it so I can then get real intel on what people want to hear about and then decide what I want to write about to continue that journey.
Well, that's funny. That's one of the rabbit holes I went down in my side quest was I was doing that, trying to figure out who I am. But one of the queries I wanted to write is what can I write about? Give me some ideas of things I can write about that talk about a person who's been in I've worked in fashion, I've worked at 2 record labels, I've worked at like I've done all these things, and that's still a unique a lot of people haven't done those things. So, just to be able to like write about it.
But what is going to feed into your brand?
Yeah.
So it's finding those connections, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's cool. I mean, because again, the way brands are discovered is so different now that the brand is becoming much more important than just how many clicks to your website.
Absolutely.
So in that, to me, the Google console is one of those untapped resources that there's so much you can figure out on there. And if you write some code in your analytics, which I'll help you with next week or next month.
No. Claude helped me do it. Like,
you already did it?
Yes.
On your,
I
want to see.
Well, hopefully I did it right.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating. Celebrating premature wins. I might be celebrating premature win. We talked about this. So, hold on. There's something going on right now. We were talking about, I was explaining to you a little bit, but I didn't tell you everything. So we talked about celebrating premature wins, and is it bad? Is it good? There was a graphic designer out there, don't know his name, very talented. One of his things he's known for is reimagining like current, like Nike or McDonald's or what have you. So this rapper named A$AP Rocky reached out to him. He is the husband of Rihanna.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm not that out of touch.
That was a bet. I was like, I don't know.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, so anyway, sorry.
They got a bunch of babies.
Yeah. Yes, cutie babies. So he reached out and said, "Hey, I have a brand. I love what you do. Would love to have a conversation so that you can reimagine my logo?" So what he did was he put the conversation in his stories. I was like, "Man, I can't wait." A$AP reached back out and said, that was distasteful, and I wish you the best of luck, but thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah.
He kind of had to eat it.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about celebrating premature wins and whether or not, like, how do you feel about that? Like, I have my feelings. I have my strong feelings. Well, I'll start with my feelings.
Okay.
So one, I think that I get it. I think he was excited. Now, would I have personally done it without a contract? No. Also, a lot of times, especially when I think of a logo, that's usually a reveal.
Yeah.
And it's something that people are like heavily invested with. They're excited about it. They probably have a whole campaign launched around a whole thing, and maybe he was the first step in that one thing. So I kind of feel bad for him that he did that prematurely and kind of lost the deal. Yeah. Another thing is like recognition. So he was able to say, "Hey, this guy reached out to me, so then this person probably will." I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot of followers, so I'm sure getting business is not really hard for him. But and to his point, he's done this before, and people are aware that he said, "Hey, so and so reached out to me," and and it went just fine.
So it wasn't the first time he had done.
Wasn't the first time he had done it.
First time it backfired.
But this time, and I get it because I mean, like the bigger the celebrity, maybe it's a big thing, and I could see that being.
I mean, I could see why he was excited, but as for me, like I never share any client information without permission.
Absolutely.
I may have things I learn along my journey of helping a client that I might write about in general. Yeah. But I'm never going to say, well, this client was doing this wrong and I fixed it. No, it's never, it's definitely keeping that close to the vest. Now, then when the project's over, then you can ask permission. Can I share this project? Can you leave a review? All those things. But that's sad for that guy though. Feel bad for him.
I have been doing like new client alerts. Or just sharing that Saint Management has a new client, but one, I get their permission. two. Like I have one I would maybe like to do upcoming, but I knew they weren't there. Like they were really in the strategy phase. They were in the like foundational piece, and they weren't. Why? What?
Well,
there was no point of sharing it because they weren't even, it's not really out there
and
yet.
so I don't do that also because no one really wants to hear that I'm working on strategy. They're like, yawn, who cares? But and because as a fractional CMO, I don't take on a ton of clients, so it's not like I'm going to have a lot of new client alerts. I'd rather have 2 or 3 good clients, and then when the work's because you don't, when you're a fractional CMO, your goal is not to like work with a client indefinitely. Whereas like fractional CFOs, often they do. But for CMO, it's like you go in, you do the work, and unless they need someone to lead the execution, once all the strategy plans are made and the roadmap is set up, you're probably with the client 6 to 12 months.
That was my question to you. Like, what's the typical time frame?
That's the goal, is 6 to 12 months. Like it's always like starts like with a 90-day. Like you could do like a marketing review is more of like a 1-day project where you figure everything out of what we need to fix or what have you. But once you get into the strategy foundation piece of it, that's a solid 90-day assignment, because you're really, and then you put together your marketing roadmap of things that you could do for that client. And then they, these are the things they want to move forward with first, and then you can help lead those teams to get those done. But once you get through some of that, you've built up a team. Either your clients brought more people in, or it just depends. But it's not, so it's a different world. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely a different world. I mean, I offer fractional CMO as well, and typically you want at least 6 months because you have to have time to see what's going on.
Yeah, you have to embed yourself,
change and see if what it's going to look like going forward. So 6 months is almost the minimum.
Yeah. I say 90 days, but it's really 6 months. But you embed yourself into the whole process and everything, because it's not like you just come in and say, oh, here's some pretty pictures, do some marketing. You have to understand the whole strategy. And the other thing that's fun when you get into someone's strategy is like you're trying to do a brand, whether you're doing a brand audit or a brand foundation, you find all this other information that maybe isn't the who we are right now, but you put it in a parking lot, and those become some strategic ideas for growth for down the road.
Absolutely.
So then those turn into other projects. So it just depends on on the client's need there.
So I really did want to talk about this because I think as entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, and especially people like just starting a business, they get excited when they have a new client. They get excited. I mean, whether it's graphic design or whatever it is, but the key message here is to keep it to yourself. I mean, like it's not they're coming to you for help. I think there's a time and a place. If it's a campaign and something's launching, once it's out there, sure, you can totally talk about it if that's what was agreed upon. It could be, and then it could be more business down the line. They could be introducing you to other clients. They could be, it could be a launch party or something where you get invited and be able to like work with new folks. So the point here is that, keep those wins to yourself until the time is right, and there will be a right time.
And you'll know it. I mean, and it's funny when you're back to when you were talking about like if there was a logo and there's going to be a launch around it. Like I've done projects where I worked on the messaging in a campaign around a new logo, and that they had to kind of be released together. It didn't make sense for, no one really knew they were working on this. It just sort of, so that's, you don't want to steal that thunder.
Well, even I feel in this day and time, there's a lot of brands like redoing their logos and redoing like it's a whole thing. Like it's not just a logo. Like it's just not just a website. It's not just a brand strategy. Like
they all work
of these
together.
Things work together, right?
They all work together for sure.
I'll be honest, nothing ticked me off more when I was doing video campaigns and there were people posting video like or pictures like, oh, this was fun today, and I'm like, yeah, it's fun, but it's for 6 months from now.
Like, so let's not. Don't leak it. Well, that's where NDAs come into place. And all that. But
yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been fun today. I think we have some things coming up in our near future that we want to share with you all, and we have events and just different things we want to walk through. So I know you've been seeing that we've posted on social, Ask a Good Girl a Question. those are still available if you want to ask us things and that we can
Mhm.
hit on, especially something like this, celebrating premature wins. There's so
Yeah.
many different things that we could talk about here. So
Mhm.
feel free to reach out. We have a website and we're on all different platforms. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
was fun today.
I
Thank you,
know.
Susan. Oh my gosh, but you have a good one. You
You
good girl.
too. We're gonna be good, and we'll ask Mika next month how many.
No more projects.
How many things have your attention?
No more. I'm a temper it down.
Okay.
All
okay.
right.
You do that. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.